Hey, it's Dr. Schmidt. So I got to hang out with Dr. Peter McCullough back in August, and I'm going to share with you some great information. So here we go. He talked about this, the COVID-19 antibody test that you can purchase from LabCorp. Right here, it's called LabCorp On Demand. And the reason why you can buy directly from LabCorp is because many hospitals and clinicians will not order this COVID-19 antibody test. And he mentioned about 6 universities and hospitals that will not, it's like their policy, they won't recommend any patient get this test. He mentioned cancer clinics, he included MD Anderson. He mentioned university hospitals, he actually mentioned University of Michigan. And the reason why doctors won't run this test is because they're culpable, because they demanded people get it and they push it so hard. And you remember some people lost their job because they refused to get this shot. So I learned about this, and I actually was thinking, like, I got some patients that no matter what I do, they're not getting better. So I contacted them and I said, did you get the shot? And they said yes. I'm talking about 2 people. And one of them did this test and their score was 8,000. And you want that to be less than 1,000. The other person, his score was over 25,000. And again, you want that to be less than 1,000. And so it makes sense that no matter what I did with all my parasite cleansing and detox formulas, usually getting great results, immune system supplements to calm down the immune system, nothing was working. I was pulling my hair out. It turns out they got the shot, and this is why they're not getting better. So this is a very important test for people who got the shot, and the cost is right there, $69. You buy it right from this website. It's ondemand.labcorp.com. Search this term right there. You add it to the cart right there. You make an appointment at LabCorp. You get your blood drawn. So if you had the shot and you're sick, you got long COVID, whatever you want to call it, you're just not feeling good ever since then, and no matter what you do, you're not getting better, this might be the problem. So let me give you some notes from Dr. McCullough. So we had a lecture. So he gave a lecture at this conference, and this is what he said: we cannot get rid of the genetic code nor spike protein by the human body because the body is making the spike protein. That's what the vaccine was designed to do. It directly causes blood clots, heart damage, etc. 5 to 15 years of worry post-vaccine. So if you had your vaccine in 2021, then you have 5 to 15 years to worry about the damage that it's causing. 75% of the vaccines cause no damage. And if you get this test done and your antibodies are like 200, then you're in pretty good shape. I had this test run, my antibodies were at 100. I think I got a mild form of COVID 3 times in those years. And he said if your antibodies are 18,000, then you have a lot of symptoms. I'll give you the solution at the end of this. He says the package insert for these shots do not make the claim that the COVID shot saves lives. So it's a false claim if somebody says that the shots save lives. It doesn't stop infections, transmission, and the U.S. government has been blocking any direct measurement testing of the spike protein. That's why you have antibodies. Now, I do know somebody who's working on a lab test to measure the spike protein directly. When I get that information, I'll share that with you too. So if you get this result back and it's 5,000 or higher, then you have spike protein in your blood. So he mentions curcumin, bromelain, and nattokinase block the SARS-CoV-2. Ivermectin, ozone, steroids, hydroxychloroquine do not clean up the spike protein. So he made a product that has enzymes in it. Proteolytic enzymes go after the spike protein because the spike protein is a protein. Proteolytic means protein-lytic. It lyses, it cleaves, it cuts protein. That's why enzymes are important to take if you have a high SARS-CoV-2 antibody test. So it's not really about the virus. The problem is an excessive immune response to the protein. He mentioned bifidobacter, which is a probiotic, is key for spike protein also. And they've done stool analysis, and bifidobacter should be 15% of the microbiome. So if you're concerned about this, then get a bifidobacter supplement also. So for the 2 patients I have with the really high SARS-CoV-2 antibody test, I sent them directly to Dr. Peter McCullough's website to go get his supplement that he designed. I'm not going to try to recreate his product. I'm not going to make my own product and try to sell mine. Just go and buy his. His website is TWC, which stands for the Wellness Company, twc.health. And then you look for this. It's called Ultimate Spike Detox right there. 2 pills a day, empty stomach. And it takes 1 to 2 years. This is not a short-term thing. Okay, let's hear what Dr. Peter McCullough has to say.
So this blood test of antibodies to the spike protein, in my view, is one of the most useful tests that we have in clinical medicine. I think everyone should have at least one time a measurement of their quantitative antibodies against the spike protein. You don't need a doctor to order this. Many doctors are reluctant to order it because of their culpability in promoting vaccination and the harms that have come from the COVID-19 vaccines.
This video is brought to you by my office. We use new and old clinical discoveries solving complex chronic illnesses using only diet and supplements. We have this fantastic building. We have multiple practitioners. We do local and distance consultations. We help you improve your health as opposed to just squashing symptoms. And we have a variety of opportunities for you to get involved. We have ebooks and courses that are free. We have ebooks and courses that are paid for. I have my large 7-step Blueprint to Optimal Health online course, which walks you through the 7-step Blueprint to Optimal Health, and you have access to all the supplements at patient pricing. My book is available on Kindle. If you want to buy supplements from my office, we have this store, which is for patients only, and we have this store, which is for everybody else. But if you just want to jump into direct care immediately, just contact the office directly.
You don't need to rely on your doctor. You can get your own test. In the United States, LabCorp, one of the most commonly used labs in the country, has labs on demand. So if you go to their website, and I'm going to show you this, you can navigate to labs on demand, and you can see in the middle there a COVID-19 antibody test. It costs $69. You can click on it, order it, pay for it, and then go to a LabCorp office in your city, get the blood drawn, and the next day on your portal, you will see the results that will come in on your quantitative antibody level. And this is how you can interpret the results. Less than 0.8 units per ml means no exposure to spike protein. You've never had the illness and you've never taken a vaccine. Very few people are less than 0.8. Less than 1,000 means a low-level spike exposure, probably from the infection, maybe from a vaccine that's had a mild effect in the body, but less than 1,000 in every study shows a good outcome. Probably your problems are not related to the spike protein. Greater than 1,000, it's very possible that your symptoms or new problems could have a relationship to prior or current spike protein exposure in the body. And then after that, greater than 5,000, in research studies, we found circulatory spike protein in the bloodstream in people even years after COVID-19 vaccination. Greater than 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, watch out. In my clinical practice, that's where I see patients with heart damage, myocarditis, blood clots, neurologic damage, neuropathy, stroke, Guillain-Barré syndrome, immune problems, including rheumatoid arthritis and a whole variety of autoimmune conditions, and then sadly, acceleration of cancer, what's now termed turbo cancer. So that you can see how important this antibody test is. It doesn't change very quickly. So we advise people probably no more than once a year have an antibody test, but it can tell you how much spike protein exposure or how much current spike protein is in your body, even now 5 or 6 years into the pandemic. The second most common question I get is, what do I do about high levels of inferred spike protein in the human body? And there the go-to answer is the Ultimate Spike Detox from the Wellness Company. Go to twc.health/courage and look for the Ultimate Spike Detox. That is the only scientifically based, evidence-supported, multi-ingredient product on the market where, in my experience, we've seen reliable reductions in spike protein antibodies and, when measured, spike protein antigen in people who have had SARS-CoV-2 or taken the vaccines or both. And I tell you, when that number goes down, it's a very good sign that you're getting better. And so you're going to want to check out the Ultimate Spike Detox, particularly if your levels are greater than 1,000 units per ml. I'm Dr. Peter McCullough, and that's my health tip for you.
Okay, there you go. So you can bypass all the medical doctors and all the BS that you see on the news and opinions that people have. Get your own spike antibody test run. Find out for yourself and then there's a solution, and it takes 1 to 2 years to bring those numbers down using his product. I hope this video stays up. We're saying a whole bunch of words that YouTube would have taken down within hours of posting, even a year ago, with the amount of censorship that we suffered from the last administration. So here I am posting this video. I never would have done this in 2024, but I'm doing it now. I'm taking a risk. I could get a community strike on my YouTube channel. And they always seem to have at least one on my channel all the time. Always a warning. There's always a warning on my front page when I look at my dashboard. So, but I need to do this. So here you go. Please take advantage of this. It's all available at your fingertips. Okay, see you at the next video. Bye.